Today is Friday, September 5th, and this is your forecast for the central United States. And today, a strong cold front is pushing south, and that's going to bring in a return of fall weather for much of the middle of the country. So after kind of a brief warm-up, we're right back into that fall season. So back to the pumpkin spice lattes we go, I suppose. Let's take a look at the weather map here on this Friday morning. There could be a couple of severe thunderstorms that fire up today around Missouri, heading over toward maybe even portions of southern Indiana and Kentucky. So we'll keep an eye on this part of the country as that cold front comes in, especially this afternoon. A couple of showers in the far northern Great Lakes, UP of Michigan, northern Michigan, and up into portions of Canada. And then we have another cold front, although mainly dry, that is passing through the Appalachians today. Let's take a look at what's going on around the country. We'll start off in the Midwest, 62 in Grand Rapids today, 73 in Detroit. So can you tell where the cold front is? So yeah, you're going to notice a change here from late morning into the evening, especially in Detroit and Cleveland. So you start to warm up and then the temperatures come right back down. Only in the 60s though for Grand Rapids, Chicago, and Des Moines. Not even 60 up there in Minneapolis. Out ahead of that cold front, it's still very warm along the Ohio River today, 83 in Pittsburgh, 84 in Cincinnati, 86 in Louisville, and it is from Nashville over towards St. Louis and everywhere in between where there could be a couple of strong to severe thunderstorms today. It's a good idea to stay weather aware today, which by that I mean stay close to your phone, pay attention that is to those weather alerts. If you do see a warning, that means it's time to take action, seeking shelter in a sturdy building or ideally in a basement. So as we look ahead here in the Midwest, remember Detroit, you're out ahead of that cold front today. You're on the other side of it through the weekend. So we're looking at highs in the 60s. That'll continue into Monday. Then we get another warm up and then another cool down. So you can definitely see the battle of the seasons playing out here in the Midwest. 60s for Chicago this weekend as well, but we're looking at a return of 70s for next week. As we slide off into the southeast, it's warming up here. It's been actually cooler than normal for some time, but we're still out ahead of that cold front. So at least for this weekend, it looks like we're going to see a return of that summer warmth. Upper 80s to around 90 throughout much of the southeast. 96, as we mentioned, over there in Memphis, near the century mark in Dallas. 91 in New Orleans. And just about that in Dallas, or rather in Tampa as well. So near 90 again tomorrow in Charlotte. Then the cold front comes through. Do you see it there? So quite the change Sunday and into Monday and really through much of next week. A return of that much more comfortable, yet cooler than normal weather for us. First part of the day in Fort Lauderdale, 78 degrees to start, and then we end up at 87. A couple of isolated thunderstorms possible. We end the day with a high right around 80 degrees, or rather a temperature around 80 degrees after a high of 87. 87 again tomorrow. It looks like we'll be in the upper 80s in Fort Lauderdale here right into early next week. All right, that is your Friday morning weather update. I hope everyone has a terrific weekend. And remember that as long as you want there to be, there will always be a 100% chance of good things.